Welcome back. I got my billionaire client today again, and we're here on Fisher Island. Yes, he has a $1 million boat just to take him to a restaurant. And yes, I'm on Fisher Island, the island that's only accessible if you have a pass and by ferry. So you cannot just drive over a bridge to get here on this island. You need to take the ferry, baby. This boat is extremely easy to get set up. Remember, pay attention, future captains. This is the part where you actually learn how to get this boat started and off the dock. The moment you get on the boat, you come down here. Right when you enter the boat, there's a switch panel. You hit the button to open it, pull it open, hit that battery on. Both of your batteries are on and you're looking at your voltage. You want to make sure you have more than 12 volts at least. Next, what do? We get our boat keys and we put them in the ignition. You want to move it onto the on setting. Don't just turn them on. Put the engines on the on setting. Trim those engines down next. The last thing you want to do is start those engines with them being outside of the water, and then it's just, you look like a rookie captain out here, man. Next, we're gonna let everything, all our systems turn on. Let everything turn on for a second. We are going to turn on our Seakeeper right away. Guys, if you don't know what a Seakeeper is, a Seakeeper keeps the boat from rocking, right? It's a stabilizer. This Seakeeper works by basically something that just spins very fast, and it takes a while to load up. So it's important that we turn the Seakeeper on, and once that bar is loaded all the way, we'll get a little boat sign right here that says our Seakeeper is ready to go. Now guys, this can take up to 30 minutes to load. So if you don't turn this on when you get here and the owner gets on board and the boat is rocking, you look like a rookie, because he's gonna be like,
hey, why don't you turn the Seakeeper on that I paid $50,000 extra for?
And you say,
oh, I forgot.
So no good, rookie captain. Next, we'll turn on whatever displays you want. He loves having the night vision at night, so I turn on his video. That's the night vision on this boat. I'll set it up for him and I read my engines right here. The screens are extremely bright, right? And now when I'm trying to drive at nighttime and I look at the screens and then I look up, I'm completely blinded. You cannot even see. Because of this, what you want to do is you just want to go ahead and look for the power button. Where's the power button? Right here. On any screen. This works on any system. Always look for the power button, click it, and it'll bring you to the brightness. Lower the brightness. It is a lot easier. You can even switch it to night mode if you want. Now it's a lot easier on my eyes, and when I'm navigating out there, it's gonna be a lot easier. I got my batteries on, I got my engines on the on switch, I got my Seakeeper warmed up, I got all my systems on. What am I gonna do next? I'm gonna crank those engines and make sure they turn on. It's important that you crank one at a time. You wanna make sure that you listen and everything sounds normal. First one, bam. Second one. Now, if you haven't taken out the boat before, make sure that you throw her in gear while you're at the dock and while I'm still tied to the lines. Look, I'm throwing her in and out of gear. I want to get a feel for the boat really quick just to see what the power is like. So I know when I'm leaving the dock, this is the type of power that I'm going to be dealing with. A tip from a captain that has been running a boat with twin 600s for a long time. You guys know I run tons of boats, but specifically boats with these new 600s. A lot of the times they're placing these 600s very close to each other, and it makes it extremely hard to split the sticks and operate at low speeds. So on this boat, you do have to use your wheel a ton. Forget the joystick. Don't use the joystick. It's nighttime, so what do we have to make sure that we do? Turn our lights on. My lights are gonna be right here. Turn on my nav lights, my underwater lights. Make sure that you don't just turn on your nav lights, okay? You wanna actually go over there to the boat and you wanna make sure that they're actually on. I got the green, I got the red. Next, we're gonna go ahead, pull all the seats up with a lever right here. The last thing I'm gonna do is think about what am I gonna do tonight? Think. I'm going to Casa Nios. I'm going to a restaurant. What does that mean? That I need to have lines and fenders to tie up. I wanna make sure I think about this before I go to the restaurant, because if not, once again, what are you? A rookie captain, man. So I come over here, take the clip off. 2, 3. I got 5 lines and I have 4 fenders. I know that I'm gonna be okay with 5 lines and 4 fenders. I have more than enough, so I am good to go. Thank God I checked before going. So number 1, let me go ahead and take the shore power off. The power is the yellow cable. That's what shore power is. The cable that gives us power. Take it off. Guys, once again, I'm doing this with one hand, so cut me some slack. Coil her up. There's captains that don't even do this and they have 2 hands. Now before taking off, just to be extremely safe, I got my bow thruster on. All I did was have to hold it and then try it. Okay, I know my bow thruster works. Now let's start on the lines. Guys, it's important when I'm dropping these lines, I'm not throwing them all the way over there. I'm putting them where I'm gonna be able to reach them when I come back. So I put this line perfectly right there where I can reach it when I come back. This line, last line is the one in the front. I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. Boom. Take into account how slow I'm gonna be moving. Little bow thruster to get my bow off of the dock. My bow's not on the dock, but you know what I'm saying, a little bit off the dock. Now, if I really wanted to, I could power out of here because I know I can do it 100%, but I'm not gonna because it's important you move slow. Not just for my safety, but for other people's safety. Boom, moving slow, throw her back in neutral, look around. I split the sticks and this boat barely responds, okay? Look, that's with the stick split. Nothing is really happening. So we're gonna use the wheel, put it in gear, look backwards, make sure the boat's doing what we want. Now the boat's reversing this way. Now we're gaining up some speed. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna put her back in neutral. Fix my wheel again to whichever way I wanna go. Steer and then gear. That's why they call it that. Now guys, we are off the dock safely and we are out. With these 600s, the engines are so big and heavy that they don't move. So you need to make sure that you know where your wheel is at all times. And how do you do this? You look at what's called a rudder indicator. Basically just shows you where your props are and where your steering wheel is at. I am going to keep my client private, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I get to the city, and I will check in with you when I get to Casanillas. We're gonna order some good food. I want you guys to succeed. If you guys want to become a yacht captain, once again, I have my mentorship out now that shows you not just how to get a license, but how to get that high-paying job you've been dreaming about. Not sure if you guys can see anything, but if you can't, don't worry. We got the night vision. The night vision is fantastic when you're out at sea and it's super dark. It literally catches anything. Steer then gear, guys. Let's get this puppy in the slip. We're gonna use the wheel and then we're gonna gear. We're getting her in the slip now. It's super important that you just go very slow, knobs at a time. You only want to move as fast as you want to hit. Super slow. We're gonna use that joystick just a little bit for that tail. And once I get that tail onto the dock, I'm gonna go ahead and walk over and grab my lines. It's too dark for you guys to see, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tie up, but I hope you learned something. Boom, boom, boom. All right, guys, we made it to the restaurant. We are here. Casanillas in the heart of Miami. We went through the menu and I got truffle pasta, I got an A5 Wagyu roll, and I got this crazy 24-hour marinated chicken. First meal is here. What do we got? The A5 Wagyu roll. Look at this, and even on the wasabi, they got the Casanillas. We're gonna jump straight into it. Take some of this wasabi. Beautiful roll. For presentation, 9 out of 10. You know how I know this is a good roll? Because I don't like avocado. But I love this roll. This melts in your mouth. Holy cow. Do you see what I'm seeing? Hold on, let's get a full view of this. Truffle pasta. Marinated chicken with some crazy yogurts, and I don't even know. Can't even wait, I'm sorry. I'll be 100% honest. Must be a different chef today, because sometimes it's usually better. But still a solid 8.8 out of 10. Let's go in for the chicken, guys. Look at the juice. I'm not gonna show you guys any more food because that's just so delicious. Now we're gonna enjoy this food, relax for a little bit while we wait for the clients to finish their food and come back on board, and then we're gonna get them back to Fisher Island safely. Look at the rain, man. This rain came out of nowhere. The camera's not picking it up, but it's a lot worse than it looks. Right before the clients get on board, I'm gonna make sure I have to dry everything. All right, guys, that wraps up the whole night. It is 1:27. I'm just leaving the dock, and guys, I am tired. I got here today at 10 in the morning, and I'm leaving at almost 2 in the morning. Then you wonder why we get paid the big bucks. Which brings me to my final question. How much did I make today? I charged 800 full day rate plus whatever tip he wants to leave. So we'll find out the tip tomorrow. Normally it's around 200 bucks. So today we had a normal $1,000 day. That's what we strive as captains. That's what I normally strive for, is to make minimum $1,000 a day when I get on the water. If I plan on working, I plan to make $1,000. But yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe. It's been a crazy one. We had some great food. We learned some stuff about the techno hull if you didn't already know. And see you on the next video.